Welcome to StenchCast.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to StenchCast. We are your hosts, Pench
And Smench.
and today we are recording through a thunderstorm. So if you hear some loud gunshots, just know that they are in fact gunshots and not thunder.
Nope. Thunder doesn't exist anymore. It's gone.
Yeah, I killed it. It's dead. Gone.
Yep.
So I have a pretty big announcement to make. I'm gay.
Yep. Heard it here first, folks.
It's basically that. I reached 1,000 fucking subscribers. I am officially a YouTube partner as of 8/19, June 7th, 2025. I released No, that is the exact time.
Nuh-uh.
I'm gonna fucking murder you. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I posted a video essay about a FNaF fan film called Family Comes First, and that video essay was about a month of work that I put into it. The work cycle was usually edit for 12 hours or more, go to sleep, do it again, and then do it again, and then take like a 2-day rest, and then do it again. I know that's probably a very toxic work cycle, but it's the one that I fell into.
Something like that.
But that video is currently sitting at over 30,000 views, the most viewed video on my channel by absolutely, like, bar none. And it also pushed me over the threshold of 1,000 subscribers. So like I said, I am officially a YouTube partner, which means here pretty soon I will be able to be monetized, which is fucking insanity. Like, when you're a kid, you, at least like if you have aspirations to be a YouTuber, which every fucking kid does, or a Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
Like, you always talk about, you know, making money off YouTube with your friends and whatnot. But when you get older, obviously, you know, that hope kind of dwindles away and you think, oh, that'll never happen to me.
Yeah.
Well, now it's happening. Me and Joe are both monetized. He got monetized earlier.
In December 20th.
Exactly, yeah. I was going to say earlier in the year, but it was technically last year.
Yep.
So me and Joe are both
Evil.
partners of YouTube, and that's fucking insane to say.
Yeah.
What's hiding here?
Yeah, I'm not gonna make a big video about it. I made a little YouTube short for it, but to everyone who is from my channel and Joe's channel that's currently watching, thank you very much for sticking by me and Joe. I'm very happy. It's also brought me to an idea. I'm thinking about opening a Patreon, because I always said that I wouldn't start a Patreon until I actually became a YouTube partner. And that thought only crossed my mind tonight. And I'm thinking that's where I'll post behind the scenes stuff. I want to record sort of a developer commentary about the video, just talking about the process of how it was made.
Anything of use?
Maybe giving some tips and tricks for editing. I have the original first draft of the thumbnail and video and the intro when they were first edited, and also I have all 9 drafts of the thumbnail that I made.
Epic.
So I'm thinking about putting those on Patreon. and then doing the same for future videos. I think that'd be a worthwhile endeavor.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Honestly, like I mean, we have the StenchCast Patreon where we don't do anything with it because because I'm in control of it. My internet's too bad, and uploading hour-long podcasts twice or even thrice in the case of Spotify, which has been completely forgotten, is just not possible. Like, forget like not being able to do it because like, oh, you know, I just don't care about it. It's not possible with my internet. But I think like it didn't really cross my mind starting one for my channel, but it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. I think it'd be a really good idea, but I'm not gonna embark on it for just yet.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna make a community post about it, asking people if that's something they'd be interested in. Which it's really weird to think about how many people have seen my video now. I've always thought of my content as like something like 1 or 2 people watch, which even in the case of like my worst performing videos wasn't true. It's gonna be really weird to find out whether, you know, like how many of those people come back to continue watching my channel, how many of them watch my other video essays, how many of them end up liking my gameplay videos.
Yeah.
It's weird to have a large audience, and I hesitate to call it that, but that's what it is. It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah. It is the faux show.
But yeah, Cliff Notes, I'm a YouTube partner now. 1,000 subscribers. Thank you all again. Yeah.
Indeed.
On to the real topics. Joe,
Yeah.
how would you like to talk about our favorite game?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Well,
I could do it because
you know, we were gonna have a big portion of this dedicated to Dungeons and Dragons, like the good old times, but Joe doesn't want to.
yeah, no one plays
That
Dungeons
is
and
what it
Dragons
is.
anymore. It's a stupid game. Oh, I have a level up in Baldur's Gate. Hold on. Oh, I entered in combat. All right. But yeah,
Anyway.
we have done our weekly D&D session of awesome and epic, and it was quite fun. But this time, if you were here for last episode, you kind of know that the gang got together for a good old gaming session and fun time, awesome epic style. But now, this week, we were missing someone, and that someone just happened to be our DM, which, you know, is pretty integral to playing D&D, so we decided to put a hold on that campaign for a moment. We still wanted to meet and play and everything, so we decided that we were just going to do, like, some one-off campaign. Someone else was going to DM, and that someone else was our dear friend Gibby.
Indeed.
And he made...
Who was so gracious as to host for us again.
Indeed.
We usually have it at his house, and we did it again. And his dad made us a wonderful fucking meal.
Indeed.
Oh, barbecue ham or barbecued ham,
Yep.
barbecue, something
Either
like
way.
that. It's thin strips of ham that
And
are soaked in
barbecue sauce,
barbecue.
yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Amen. I'm going to die. I died. All right. But yeah, so we went over there and he was DMing, and it was his first time DMing. Okay. And he did a pretty good job, I do have to say. He whipped up this campaign, like this one-shot campaign, which turned out to be more than just a one-shot campaign. It was we planned it for like 3-4 hours to beat the whole thing, and out of like the I think 3 maybe 4 bosses he had planned, we beat the first one in 3 hours. So
Yeah.
we definitely have that, or we're going to have that on the back burner for potential D&D campaigns to use in the future, as one-offs really. But it was definitely quite fun. They're gonna kill me again. Okay, why do they do fucking 7 damage every single time? Fuck you, die. But yeah, it was a good time. And as for the characters, because I mean, yeah, last time we talked about characters and all, and that's what I'm gonna do again here, is talk about characters. As for my character, we made new characters and we made them level 3. So now everyone had a level 3 character, and my character was a barbarian that I made. I actually was talking about this character in the last episode, if you had listened to that one, but it's unlikely that anyone's listening to any of these, but you know, who cares? So I made this barbarian with 20 strength, and he's freaking epic. His name is Argonath Cleaver, and you know, he's a funny little guy who's obsessed with cleaving, which is basically because of the background I picked soldier. That gives me weapon mastery with 2 weapons of my choice, and I chose specifically the Great Axe and the Halberd, because if you have mastery in both of those things, then you unlock a special move that you can do with each one, and that move is called Cleave, which allows me to attack another thing. I think I may have actually went over this as well, but you know, epic funny cleave time. So he's cleaver, he cleaves, he's epic. I forget, the subclass I picked is like it's like the ancestral warriors or something. I don't remember. Pretty cool subclass though.
Ancestral.
Yeah.
Ancestral.
Sexual Warriors of Doom or something. I don't know. But it's pretty epic, and you know, he talks in the third person, so he says, he goes like, Cleaver angry, Cleaver cleave now. And I was doing very well. That 20 strength was very nice on top of multiple critical hits in a row. It was quite something, and I'm very, very excited to use Cleaver again in the future for that campaign. Excited to play that campaign again in general, because I mean, there was like a few things, you know, like mainly exploration, which is one of the big parts of D&D is exploring. There's a bit lacking on that, but you can't really fault Gibby too much because, again, it's his first time DMing, and I'm pretty sure he threw together the entire game, or the entire campaign, within like a 3-hour span that same day.
He was at work.
Yeah. So, you know,
like cumulatively an hour. That's what he said to me.
Yeah, so he gets a pass, but he did really well. But either way, I'm still excited to play that campaign again. As for Jordan, what was your character? Why don't you tell everyone what your character was?
So my character, I've actually talked about on Stench before. He is the first character I ever made in a D&D game, which was actually when Joe was DMing. Mm-hmm. His name is Argus. He is a tiefling paladin, which is still my favorite combo to this day. I fucking love playing as tiefling. I don't know what it is. I think it's just my innate fascination with, I don't know, satanic imagery.
Yeah.
I mean, my little dude on Snapchat is just me as the devil. Mm-hmm. But I'm not a Satanist, I promise.
That's what they all say.
I'm gonna banish you to the Satan room.
Oh no!
But no, he is a tiefling paladin who worships the unholy pantheon, which is basically just the Greek mythology pantheon, but evil.
Yeah.
Evil gang. They're not evil, it's just hell. But they're kind of evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just chose that character again, and excuse me, God. He was fucking shit up. He was absolutely fucking shit up. I was smiting people like nobody's business. he really didn't do that much interesting stuff besides do a lot of damage. Unlike Doc, he didn't talk a whole lot. He doesn't talk a whole lot.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's real. But the specific part I was talking about earlier about my character doing multiple critical ones in a row was the first boss that was introduced. Well, not introduced, but the first boss we fought. Which the basic story of the campaign is we're in a foreign country. The king asks us to go take down the evil king of this country. So we agreed because I guess we were like prisoners or something. I don't quite remember that part. But we went in and we were gonna prank this king. But to do so, we needed to go through the evil lands, which is like the evil king we're supposed to subdue is like a necromancer, where he's risen a undead army. Well, not even an army. He wants to basically have a kingdom of undead, an immortal kingdom. A title card kingdom, if you will. And to do so, I think he's just like killing people and such, and it's kind of evil. It's like, what the hell, man? Why are you doing that for? But, you know, whatever. We're gonna kill him, so it's fine. And going in, we started town, and it's like, okay, what's going on here? We found the first guy, and it was epic. Like the first of the bosses. And it was epic. But we didn't fight that guy. I mean,
what was the first boss again?
I forget his name, but he teleported around and he plunged his hand through your chest.
Yes, Thrax.
Yes.
I don't know why the fuck he did that to me. I know, like, I killed. So we walked into a church and there were ghouls in there, and they weren't too keen on conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes, of course.
well, one of them attacked Joe first, and then I joined in, and we killed them. And then Thrax shows up out of nowhere, and for some odd reason, just decides to absolutely fucking
Prank.
violate me. He SCP I think it's 096. I think that's the one that phases through walls, the old man.
Something like that. I don't really know SCP.
Either that or it's the shy guy. Hold on.
Shy guy from Mario.
Real. 106. I had the 6, just not the 106. And then he walks over to Mad Max's character and just pricks him with his nail.
Yeah.
Takes 1 damage. My character was on the verge of death, but what I realized is that Paladin has Lay on Hands, which is a melee ranged healing spell that can be used on anybody, including yourself. So I used that, and he was kind of like, God damn it, I didn't think of that. You weren't supposed to have a healing option. But Lay on Hands doesn't do much. And I have a feeling that even if I would have been able to heal to full health with it, Gibby probably would have been like, all right, well, you still got to find someone to help you. So we went to a shopkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the shop, and the shopkeeper knew I was in dire circumstance, and really wanted to gouge me for a healing potion, a small healing potion. 50 gold pieces, which is all I had.
Yep.
So I chose to roll an intimidation check, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna fucking die. If you don't give me this potion, killing you will be the last thing I do. Or if you don't give me a fair price for this potion, I wasn't gonna steal it from him. I rolled like a 3.
Yeah.
Which sucks because he has really good like bonuses to his intimidation and everything. Like any other time it would have worked. But then both Joe and Mad Max say, you know what? No. I join in to help him. So they both roll. What did you roll, Joe?
A 1.
And what did Mad Max roll?
Also a 1.
Exactly. So it was like the shopkeeper starts violently laughing in your face, and out of pure pity gives you a medium health potion, says, take it, clearly you're gonna need it. Get out of my store and don't come back. And that was that. And then I was fully healed and we took a long rest.
Indeed.
But Mad Max, his character seems to be like zombifying or some shit, because his little nail prick in his neck has been giving his character nightmares, and is also like atrophying the skin on his arm. So
yeah,
you know.
it happens, you know.
He still got off easy. I don't give a fuck.
It's real until
I
later
got a
on.
fucking arm through my stomach.
Until later on, he fucking explodes. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
ooh, maybe I did get off easy. Yeah,
Real.
but yeah, that was the first big boss. The second big boss that we found. This is the one we actually fought, and it was in the second town we made to, and we went to the second town, and we went to like the barracks. We went up to the guy in charge, the general, and we're like, "What's up? What's going on?" And he was like, "Yeah, the evil man is here. We need to kill him. He needs to die." And we were like, "Yes, we will do that for free." And he was like, "Okay." So he gave us.
He wasn't gonna pay us.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean,
Anyway.
yeah, but whatever. But
He said as much.
yeah, but
But we got bonus points for doing it for free. So.
yeah, we did get paid in the end too. He gave us like a bag of 50 gold. But you know, before we went into the fight, he was like, "All right, well, you know, it's gonna be a pretty tough fight. We're gonna give you 3 of our skilled, you know, I think they were like assassins. They were just soldiers really, but they had like assassin-like qualities. So it was like, oh, awesome, epic. We get some freaking like a couple extra fighters, awesome. And we get down to this fight, and we're, you know, Mad Max, he's like, he goes, he doesn't know about this trick, and he rolls the dice, and it's like, what happened? He got a nat 20, and everyone was in suspense. Like, what trick does he know? Like, we don't know he knows this trick. This is like insane. It was just a stealth roll.
Yeah.
he rolled a stealth roll.
Trick.
Yeah. So, you know, he was also a barbarian. That was his character. I think I forgot to mention that my character was a Goliath barbarian cleaver, and Mad Max's was an orc or a half orc. Orc or half orc, I don't remember which one, but you know, orc. And you know, he was like, okay, epic. He got the nat 20. He's gonna scout ahead as a barbarian. And he like found out, it's like, oh, the big guy, and there's a bunch of like other zombies there, and like this is like a giant like troll kind of. He's massive, the big evil man. That's what we kept calling him, the big evil. And you know, I'm gonna throw up like all over the place because it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we were like, okay, we're gonna fight the big evil. So what's the plan? Okay, well, we got these 3 guys. Let's send them around to do like a sort of pincer maneuver. We're gonna send them in like an ambush or something. It's gonna be great. So they, you know, they do like a stealth check of sorts, and Gibby, he rolls for each individual one of them, and one of them rolls a 1. This is needless to say, it didn't end well. You know, the guy that rolled a 1, he stepped on a twig, and the big evil bad man.
That was Mad Max, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, it was the 3 guys. They were sneaking around.
Oh,
one of them stepped on the
never
twig.
mind. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, and the big evil man picked up a handful of rocks and just shotgun blasted these 3 mercenaries into
Actual
paste.
cannon great shot, yeah.
Just massacre. They're dead. They died instant. They're gone.
Yeah.
Cool. So, you know, it's like, all right, well, we don't have them anymore. well, I guess we still gotta do the fight. And so Mad Max, he rolls another stealth trick. He does the funny, he doesn't know I have this trick again. And he rolls a stealth check. And this one wasn't so great. This one, I mean, he didn't like fail, but he got low enough that, one of the zombies that was there noticed him.
Yeah.
And
Except I come to the rescue.
Mhm.
I throw a javelin, and I forget. I think I rolled a nat 20 that time, didn't I?
No, not that time. You rolled high enough to hit it though.
I rolled high enough to hit, and insta-killed the fucking zombie. Threw it right through his fucking temple. And what's funny is Gibby made sure to include the detail of it just passing right through his head. And my first thought was the metal pipe falling sound effect and just alerting everybody. But thankfully, he didn't do that.
Yeah.
I even made the joke, and he still didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I saved Mad Max from that, and then we continued on.
Indeed. Yeah, we went into the fight. Mad Max got like a sneak attack on him or something. And well, not like a sneak attack because it's like a rogue ability, but no, he got like advantage or something because it was, he didn't see him coming.
Right.
And he did an epic prank of awesome, and hit him. He did like, he hit him normally, and then it was my turn, and it being my turn and all, I decided to, just roll a nat 20, because why not? I thought it'd be pretty funny. And I did like 20-some damage. Epic prank of awesome. And then, of course, since I'm, it's Cleaver, I turn over to a zombie and cleave him. Not killing him, because it doesn't do too much damage, but, still did some damage. And then it goes around, and it comes back to Mad Max, who cares? And he also gets a nat 20.
Okay.
Epic prank. So he did like 20 damage. And then it rolls back around. Well, the big man attacks. He does, he's got like some cool moves, some custom moves. And he rolled like a pretty good attack roll or something where he like smashed the ground and like it was like a bunch of rocks came falling down from the ceiling and was attacking us, hitting us and all that. And it was like, okay, epic. This is evil hurt time. No like. And I mean, no one got too hurt, thankfully, but it was like, what the heck, man? It was a pretty cool attack. And then it rolls back around to Cleaver. I decide, what? I'll do it again. Well, first I go into rage because I'm a barbarian. I was like, I'll do it again. I roll another nat 20. And, do another like 20-some damage. And it was an epic, awesome time that made me really enjoy playing Barbarian. Yeah, and it was awesome, and we kept going through the fight. I got like another critical hit at some point in the fight and did like 35 damage, and that was epic. But yeah, that was awesome, and it was a great campaign. And then afterwards, after we stopped playing D&D, it was like, okay, this is a great stopping point. Let's stop for the night. But we decided to hang out for a little bit longer. And one reoccurring joke that always comes by is I pull out of my bag Minecraft Uno, because I got it a while ago.
Or what looks like Minecraft Uno.
Yeah, what might be Minecraft Uno. But I pulled that out of my bag and I'm like, oh, we got Minecraft Uno. It's like, let's actually play it this time. It's like, oh, okay, we'll play Minecraft Uno, I guess. And needless to say, it was the worst thing ever. It was the worst rendition of Uno you could ever possibly play. It was awful. You know, we opened up the cards because they were never opened. I freshly opened them, and I was looking at the instructions like, there's new cards in this Uno things. It's Minecraft Uno. You know, it's Minecraft related cards. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we have here. And you know, I'm looking through them, and I see like, okay, the like +2, +4 wild cards. They're all like the same, but you know, they just have like a different skin on them. But there's this like creeper card I want to know more about. Let me read down. Oh, I'm not seeing it anywhere. That's weird. Oh, wait, what's this card? The sorting hat. What do you mean, like from Harry Potter? And then I read, you know, upon further inspection, it's like the rules of the sorting hat card are, oh, you draw, if someone plays the sorting hat card, then you draw cards until you get the Gryffindor card. And it was like, oh, okay, that is from Harry Potter. Why is this, why is there a Harry Potter card in here? Well, there wasn't. It was just a misprint. And that was not the only misprint, because not only did I...
No, it was not.
Because, I mean, I completely missed the second misprint, which that misprint was the fact that sorting hat wasn't even spelled right. It was spelled sorging hat. I completely missed that. I don't know how, but besides the sorging hat, you know, you look past that onto the back of the little cardboard deck thing you get, and I was like, okay, well, it's got to be like on this thing, so it's got to say something about the creeper card. It did say something about the creeper card, or at least I thought it did. Because whatever it was describing, you know, I think it was called the O Reaper Ord, because all the C's were printed as O's, so kind of hard to tell if it was the Creeper card or the O Reaper Ord, but, you know, I thought it might be the Creeper card, so I looked at that, it said, like, oh, you draw or like, you do the O Reaper Ord, and you have to pick up 3 Ords. Who? Who has to... Me? The person I played it, I have to pick up 3 Ords? Or, like, everyone? Or one person? And we decided to just make it, like, a +3 card. Just, like, you play it, the next person, next person who has a turn draws 3 cards. And it's also a wild card. So we did that. And on top of this already being, like, confusing, like, this is already, like, somewhat kind of unmanageable with all these new cards, and, you know, the O Reaper Ord, trying to figure out what that does. You know, as if that wasn't confusing enough, you open the deck to find, you know, the 4 classic Uno colors. You got blue, brown, green, and green. All 4 of the best Uno colors ever.
Yeah, it's supposed to be green and yellow, but me personally, I'm color deficient. I couldn't fucking tell them apart. I stared at them for a solid, like, 5 minutes and could not tell them apart. The only way that I could was because there were these little pixels on them. And the green ones had longer pixels, while the yellow ones had just regular pixels. But every now and then I would still get them mixed up. Because obviously I can't fucking see which one is yellow or green.
Yep. It was truly an awful experience. One we will probably not be continuing to play. But...
yeah.
You know, we had it, I guess. We had the experience of, like, Finecraft Uno. That was another thing I forgot to mention. That was one of the mistakes. It was, instead of Minecraft, it said Finecraft in the rule, on one of the rule cards. There wasn't a rule book. It was just a few cards that, you know, had rules. And that's what we went off of. But yeah, that was Minecraft Uno. Needless to say, we'll never be playing that again. But
indeed,
to continue on with D&D, as you can see, I'm playing Baldur's Gate right now. I was playing Baldur's Gate in the last episode, and now I'm playing it again. I mean, it's a completely different... Like, I'm a new save again, and Jordan is too. You know, we've been continually making new saves, but now we're both playing modded saves, because I showed Jordan the modded market of Evil City, and it was epic. But the other night, we were playing our old multiplayer save that the two of us had together. So that was freaking epic. It was fun revisiting that and seeing what the freaking heck was going on, playing as our old characters. And, you know, we hope to finish that. Neither of us have actually completed the game, but we both have, like, 150 hours in the game each.
Indeed, because we have, like, 12 different fucking characters.
Yeah, but I do hope to finish the game on that save at least, because that one seems the most promising out of any of our saves. But we'll see, you know. We'll freaking see. Oh, give me the loot. Loot. But yeah, that's the freaking epic D&D time. Let me look at my... Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, I do have some other topics here. But first, do you have anything else you want to talk about, Jordan, since I've been yapping my balls off and such?
What are you about to talk about again?
Funny domino story.
Well, I have quite a few things to talk about, and one thing that I've been itching to tell you.
Oh yes.
So I don't know about anyone else that's currently watching. No one. I don't know if any of you guys enjoy the different like video game showcase events like Summer Games Fest, or you know, PlayStation Next, or what is it? Is it PlayStation? I forget what it's called. Sony Play, I think. Sony State of Play.
Yeah.
I believe.
I think. Alan sounds
And of
right.
course the Xbox Games Showcase. Well, there was something that caught my eye instantly that I was extremely excited about.
Mm-hmm.
A brand new game based on Invincible.
Oh.
Has the same art style, all the same voice actors, and it's got sort of like a Into the Spider-Verse kind of thing going, where they lower the frame rate of the actions, and there's a cell shading effect.
Nice.
But there's one massive fucking problem that killed all of my hype for it. It's a side-scroller combat, like Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
Yeah, that does
I was
suck.
really hoping for like a beat 'em up, you know, one where you get to fly around and shit.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
And especially when Kirkman himself, the creator of the show, mentioned, like he mentioned wanting to make a game, and like something really big too. You know, when he mentioned that, I didn't think he was talking about a fucking fighting game. But oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very disappointed by it. I know not everyone is. I bet some people are like, oh my god, that's what I was hoping for. I didn't think it would come true, and it actually came true. I'm sure there are those people.
That's very few.
I'm not one of them. I'm very, very fucking disappointed that it is a fighting game.
Indeed.
And I probably won't be playing it. It's not coming out until 2026 anyway, so roughly the same time that Season 4 will come out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which... I say that as a joke, but it's just actually kind of true. I think it's coming out in February as well, when Season 4 will release.
Yeah.
At least the first few episodes. Which I'm not making fun of. I mean, I am, but I'm not like, oh, they're taking too long. It's Invincible. It's a cartoon. I expect it to take long. I want them to take long so that the episodes are quality.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's always the thing. They actually, like, I don't want to compare it to anime, because it's not. It's a fucking it's definitely different, but it's the same thing that happens where like it's a really cool anime. It's like, oh boy, let's freaking go, and then it's just a fucking. It's like, oh, it's getting a game. Let's go, and then it's just an arena fighter. It's like, okay, like the amount you could do with this. Like you have so much potential to make this like a great game, and then you're just like copy and paste every single other game in the genre and call it a day. That's it. That's all you have to do. And it's so annoying. it's just like just do something cool.
It really sucks too, because the cutscene that they showed, the opening for it, looks so fucking dope. Nolan, Homelander, Thula, you know, that girl with the braid, and I think Lucian are all fighting Invincible at once, and it's so fucking cool. And then Adam Eve comes out of nowhere. Rex does too. And with the way that was framed, you would think that it was a beat 'em up. But then they show a little bit of gameplay of it, and it's a tag team side-by-side fighting game. What the fuck does that mean? They flash on screen 3v3 tag team, I think. And it's like, what does that mean? Do I just sit there and watch the other person fight, and then 2 fights later I get to play the game? What?
That's real.
I don't get why they went with a fucking fighting game. I was disappointed at first. The more I think about it, the more it like actually genuinely pisses me off. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I did see like some Instagram reel of like a fan Invincible game where it was actually like Invincible like flying around.
Yes,
and that seemed really cool.
And it's funny because when I was watching the first few seconds of it, that's what I thought it was. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Did the fan game get picked up by Microsoft? No. I might actually prefer that, but no.
Yeah, that would honestly probably be better.
But at the end of the showcase, the newest entry to the Call of Duty series was announced.
Wow.
Now, Joe, I know that you have not been excited for a Call of Duty game since Black Ops 3. I am much the same, except for the fact that I'm not. I loved Modern Warfare 2019. It is one of my favorite Call of Duty games. It is really high up there. Top 3, easily. Black Ops 6, I like, but it's guilty of the same shit that they've been doing since Vanguard. It's FPS slop. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. The S in FPS when it comes to Call of Duty stands for slop. First person slop in your face.
First person
on your
shitter.
face. Yeah. I do have fun with the game, but it is absolutely slop. They announced Black Ops 7, which is going to continue off the story of Black Ops 2, set in Black Ops 2. I'm very fucking wary about this because number one, of course, like with every other character, except for some reason Weaver is the only character they haven't done this to. He still has the same voice actor he's had since Black Ops 1. Every other character has a different voice actor now, despite the fact that all of them have stated so many times that they've been willing to come back and do it. Now, not Woods. Hudson, he never had a consistent voice actor, so I kind of get it. I can understand if it was him, because in Black Ops 2, they got what's his name?
What's his nuts?
He played Batman. Jesus, he played Batman at one point. Hold on. Michael Keaton. That's right. Michael Keaton in Black Ops 2. A lot of people had an issue with that. I didn't. I actually really like Michael Keaton in Black Ops 2. I don't think he sounds really all that different from Hudson in Black Ops 1. I think Michael Keaton did a really good job there with the source material. But David was in the trailer, and this trailer fucking sucked. It was balls. It was fucking doo-doo. It was dick. It was cock. It sucked mega cockless.
Yeah.
Like, literally not a single fucking person thought what they were looking at was Call of Duty. Until they heard the words David Mason from Menendez, which David Mason. And then they showed him and he was like, Menendez. And again, you can tell both of them are completely different voice actors that don't sound anything like their original characters. They also don't look like their original characters. And it makes sense now. I already knew this was going to happen, but it makes sense now because this past season with Black Ops 6, there was a lot of, nostalgia bait for Black Ops 2. There was a lot of things in the Battle Pass that were references to Black Ops 2. But what I don't understand is they showed a claw, what I believe to be a claw in the game, which is that four-legged drone with a minigun on the top. That thing's fucking sick. I loved that thing in Black Ops 2. It is so unbelievably badass. They butchered its design. I don't know if it's exactly the same one, necessarily. But it doesn't even look remotely the fucking same, aside from having four legs and a minigun on the top. Which really, really, really pisses me off for this exact reason.
Step by step.
In the Black Ops 6 Battle Pass this past season, they had an emblem, an animated emblem of the claw from Black Ops 2. It was exactly the same as it was. There was nothing changed about it. So why the fuck does it look different now? Why'd you have to change it? Why'd you have to fix something that wasn't broken? I know I'm throwing a tantrum over something that is extremely stupid. For a game that I more than likely won't even fucking play. But god damn it, why do they have to fucking change everything about the game? They changed Wood's voice actor. They changed Mason's voice actor. They changed Hudson's voice actor. They've made like retcons to the Black Ops story. They have changed so much shit for no reason. No reason whatsoever. But fuck it.
Yeah.
However, there was one thing in that trailer that... Have you ever seen that meme, the little image of the monkey seeing a pair of breasts and it just says neuron activation?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It made me do that. It wasn't breasts. It wasn't Misty's breasts. But it was what looked like to be the transit bus.
Ooh, baby.
Which I hadn't thought of. The thing that baffles me the most about me having known that Black Ops 7, the next Call of Duty game would continue off of Black Ops 2, the one thing I never thought of was Transit 2.
Yeah.
Now, it could not be Transit 2. But I don't know why they would show a very bus-looking vehicle with two very similar lights if it wasn't Transit. What I'm worried about, though, is if Transit won't be the same as it was. Obviously, I want Transit to be different. Transit was very disliked. I'm one of the people who fucking loved Transit. Joe, I think you are too, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Transit was fucking awesome, but what a lot of people didn't like about it was the fog and the denizens, which makes sense. But if you have looked into the development of Black Ops 2 at all, you know that that was entirely due to design or system limitations with the Xbox 360 and PS3, that they had much, much larger plans for Transit that were just never executed on and were left in the dust until possibly now.
Indeed.
We might get a big Transit map and Transit 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads me to a burning question. Joe.
Yeah.
If they do Transit 2 and it's good, will you buy Black Ops 7?
Not for $70.
Not for $70. Not for $70.
Not for $70.
because it's gonna be $80.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it probably will be, but if the trends, like, I'm not going to buy the game on launch. I didn't buy Black Ops 7 on launch. I'm not going to buy. I didn't even buy Modern Warfare 2019 on launch. I'm not going to buy Black Ops 7 on launch. Which, by the way, before Black Ops 7, Modern Warfare 2019 was the last Call of Duty I bought.
Yeah.
So there's quite large gaps for me in terms of Call of Duty. Before Modern Warfare 2019, it was Black Ops 3, so even fucking longer. But like, actually, it might not have been that long. The gap between 2019 and Black Ops 6 might be longer. I don't know. But if it is good, which the transit is the only thing I want, and remastered Black Ops 2 weapons, that would be fucking sick. The B-23R, the M1216, the DSR, the Ballista,
It's
I
real.
cannot imagine Black Ops 2 guns with the gunsmith customization edition. That would be legitimately fucking insane. This will also be the first time we will see a futuristic Call of Duty game. Technically not futuristic anymore because 2025 is right fucking now.
Yeah.
Which I remember thinking about that as a kid. I was like, man, I wonder if I'll live to see 2025, thinking it was like 100 years from now. And then I would get so excited when I finally realized, oh my God, that's only like 13 years away. I'm gonna live to see it. 2025 isn't looking too great. We're a little too close to the actual plot of Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
But like, this will be the first one where we have futuristic weapons, which for Black Ops 2, the guns were futuristic versions of guns that we have today.
Mm-hmm.
If that is the case, and again, transit has to be fucking good. That's going to be their biggest marketing thing, is transit. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
But it has to be fucking good. And then I don't know when a sale will hit. Truly, I don't.
Yeah, it won't.
Probably not for at least 2 years, maybe a year and a half.
It just won't.
That's
No.
likely.
No, honestly, I remember with Black Ops 6, it was like a couple months and it went on sale.
For like $10 less, though.
Yeah, it went on sale. And then 1 month later, it was 20%. And then 1 month later, it was 30%.
Yeah.
They just kept lowering it because no one cared. No one wanted the game. Only the diehard fans bought it.
No, that's not true. Call of Duty Black Ops 6... No, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 had the largest turnout of any other Call of Duty.
Nah.
However, it had the worst player retention, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say it 100 more times. The transit has to be good. It'll be their main marketing thing. It has to be fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
I will not buy that game. That's it. I will not buy that game unless, like, until I see genuine, like, an hour of gameplay on transit.
Yeah.
If it's there. So we'll see.
Indeed. Oh, forget shit hard up. Buh.
But in other news for games, specifically old games, a game that came out in 2007. Joe, What is our favorite thing to do in Team Fortress 2?
Play on 2 Fort.
Well, I mean, actually, yeah. But
Yeah.
our second favorite thing to do is gamble. Joe,
Too
how many
much.
cases have you bought?
Bought about 60. And opened.
And how many unusuals have you received?
1.
Incorrect. 0. How many strange unusuals have you received?
1.
I have bought 80 cases in the last few months.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a massive chunk of those was because I got 2 unusuals in the span of a week. One of those unusuals sold for $100. The other one I kept. That's my first unusual. It's not worth a lot, and I don't think I'd sell it anyway. It's a splitting headache for Pyro. I love it. I also got Dead Heat in that same night, so that combination just looks dope as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That's the spirit.
However, I got $100 from that sale, and it went all right back into cases.
Yep.
What were you two talking about?
And then fast forward a little bit, and I spend like $10 to $5 every now and then, again, gambling.
I'd be careful,
Mhm.
Dale. He's a wiz. Let's hope you
In the span of 1 month,
think you know
I have gotten
what it is that we find
4
We might-
unusuals, 2 of which have been one of ones, to our knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
They're not listed on the Steam market. They're not listed on backpack.tf2. They're not, or backpack.tf. They're not listed on trade.tf. Not one
Nope.
of those 2.
Let's have a look.
Joe, I forget. Forgive me. It slips my mind, How many unusuals have you received?
I don't know.
Here we go.
All right.
So how many have you received, Joe?
Oh, you know.
0.
Mm-hmm.
He got 1 strange unusual, which is the more rare variant.
Mm-hmm.
And how many cases did you have to open to get that one?
1.
His first ever case. His first ever case. Can you believe that? And of course, he has opened almost as many as I have in the past month. Not quite. I'd say like a fourth. But that's still a lot. I'd say more like a third. Maybe even half. And has not once received one. Now, I'm not counting how many he has opened since his first. Ones that he didn't buy, he just received. Either from random drops or from me giving them to him. Because at one point, I didn't open cases before this last month. I would let them sit and gather in my inventory. And then when me and Joe started playing TF2 together, I would see an item in his inventory that I liked. I would give him all my cases, which would be 20 to 30, maybe even 40. And he would open them.
Mm-hmm.
So he has probably opened more cases than me.
Mm-hmm.
His is probably upwards to 100, 120. I have a very good record of mine because all of the cases I've ever opened, save for one, I have on my market history because I bought those cases.
Yep.
Actually, save for 2 because at one point I got a winter 2024 case the same night that I bought 3 some terror trove, something like that cases.
Yeah, whatever it is.
The trove cases didn't give me shit. But of course, I got a 1 of 1 unusual out of the winter 2024 case that I didn't buy. It just happened to appear in my inventory. I had to convince Joe not to spend $20 that night.
Yeah. Because I think I even said, I was like, if you get an unusual night after like 3 or 4 cases or whatever,
You did.
I'll put money in. So I made a bet. I already gambled before I gambled.
At first, I went along with it because I didn't think I was going to get one. But then when I got one, I was like, okay, Joe, will you at least let me talk you down? Will you at least let me try to convince you? And he did. Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the TF2 gambling antics. They will continue.
Oh, yeah.
I will get more unusuals. Because I'm just that fucking lucky, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a professional gambler. What can I say? I got the winner mindset.
That's real.
But if you would like to continue on with the story.
Indeed. So, this story in particular comes from today. A few hours even. A few hours ago, even. And... You know, today's been a pretty normal day. You know, I woke up, went to work, came home, ate food, got a workout in, took a shower, was editing. Pretty cool, pretty normal day. And then I get prompted to go get pizza. So I ordered some Domino's on the app, like I normally typically do whenever I want pizza, because Domino's epic cheap style and it's good. I like it. Lock picking impossible. Okay, I didn't want to open that door anyway. But yeah, I ordered on the app just 2 pizzas, you know, regular old order. I mean, it was like it was around like 6:30 though, so they were, you know. They were kind of busy. When I went in there, they had a few orders, not like overwhelmingly so though. But yeah, you know, I went in. After I placed the order, I went in to go pick them up. And when I got there, there was 2 other people that walked in with me because they all arrived at the same time. It was like really weird. It was like, what the heck? We all went to the Domino's at the same time. But yeah, we went in. There was one old dude in front of me who walked in and he was like, I want to order pizza, and he ordered a pizza. And then there was another guy behind me who also had an online order. But you know, after the old guy ordered his pizza, I walked up to the counter and started ordering, or started, you know, trying to get my order. I was telling the guy my name, the name that was on the order, like, oh yeah, I'm here to pick up an order. I'm paying cash, so you know, let me pay for the order. And as I'm paying for my order, as I'm paying for my pizzas, my 2 pizzas, I'm watching in the background. You know, I don't know if this is all Domino's, but you know, at this Domino's in particular, you know, that you can see the like the oven in the back. It's like a conveyor oven, and you know, you see the pizzas going, and they kept going. They just kept going, and 2 pizzas plop onto the floor.
Oh.
There's 3 workers in there. You know, one is, you know, I'm paying him for my pizzas. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. It's gone. Okay, never mind. Ugh. But, you know, one of the workers is at the register. I'm paying him for my pizzas that I may or may not have just watched get dropped on the floor. And the other 2 are, you know, like making pizzas. You know, they're putting toppings on them, whatever. You know, after the first pizza fell, because you know they're like staggered. After the first one fell, you know, I thought, you know, maybe they heard that. Maybe they're gonna go check on. No, they're just gonna let that happen. There goes the second one. Okay, awesome. That's nice. You know, I watch. Watch, just 2 pizzas hit the floor. Luckily, the 3rd pizza that was going to hit the floor was my pizza. It was my pizza. So I got, I got taken out,
You
put
mean
in a
hit the
box.
floor as in like were being served, or flopped onto the floor as in like they were dropped?
So the conveyor oven, it's a conveyor belt, and they just go, and once they go a certain distance, the pan, if there's just a random pan in there, which, sometimes they do,
Okay.
it'll just fall into like a bin or something, whatever. But when you don't take the pizza off that, and it just falls onto the floor, that's
If you
that's a
already
bit
explained that, I'm sorry. I was in a dialogue thing in Boulders.
That's real. I mean, I kind of explained it, but at the same time, I didn't explain it in that way. So I mean, technically it's a different way, but whatever. I watched that happen. But the other pizza that I ordered 2 pizzas. That one was the second one to hit the floor. So, typically when I go to Domino's, I go in, I say, "This is my order. I'm here to pick it up." They hand it to me. I leave. End of story. That's every Domino's trip ever, except for this one, because since they just let one of the pizzas just fall onto the floor, I had to wait for it to be remade. So I waited an additional 12 minutes, and that entire 12 minutes, my first pizza just sat there on the counter or rack or whatever, just, wasting away. And, and on top of that, after that pizza was finished, oh, this is the evil room of doom. But after the second pizza was finished cooking a second time, they placed it on the counter with my other one, and then now we're gonna actually do our job and check on the oven and such, and we're gonna not we're gonna not give you your pizza till like 5 minutes later. And I remember as I was going home, I was thinking to myself, like, if that was my first ever time going to Domino's, I don't think I would ever go back. That was just stupid and stinky and dumb.
Yeah.
But whatever, I guess. I got my pizzas, it was still good. And that, quote-unquote burp that I had just now tastes very much so like that pizza that I ate. Yeah, it was pretty nice. Oh, fuck you, game. Yeah, fucking off by 1, buddy. Alright, Yeah, cat. But yeah, that was my funny, stinky Domino's story of doom
Epic.
and dumb,
Good job.
stupid. Yeah. And that's honestly kind of all I have in terms of stories. I'm kind of out now.
Well, I do have one more thing, and it's about that show that you keep recommending that I watch called Solo Leveling. Can you guess what I'm gonna say?
The thing you were telling me the other day,
Well, what did I tell you the other day? What?
like you read something about someone was saying something about it.
No.
Oh.
Guess again, I guess.
Uh,
I was hoping you would say, "Oh, you watched it?"
Oh, you watched it?
No. Yeah, I didn't. I still haven't watched it. But during the Xbox Games Showcase, they announced a solo leveling game.
It's gonna be the same thing I was just talking about earlier about how all anime games get the exact same game.
Probably.
Without
Probably.
doubt. Yeah, there's not a doubt in my mind.
Also, Persona 4 is getting a remaster.
Epic.
And it had the most dog shit trailer you have ever fucking seen in your life. All it was, literally, the only thing they had was a character jogging. 3 seconds of a character jogging before they flashed the title card. That's it.
Strange coin.
Yep.
And it was gameplay, like, but it was literally just a character jogging down the street.
Watch how you
That's it.
There's a trap.
That's all they showed.
Yeah.
But of course, you know, I know all the Persona fans. I've never played the game. I know all the Persona fans were probably all soy jacking at it.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, if they're happy, then who cares?
That's real. I don't know why I chose to pick this, but yeah, that's, you know, fuck me, I guess. Get pranked me.
But yeah, that's all I have as well. Joe,
Indeed.
if you would like to do the plugging and such.
Yes, yes, yes. Well.
Okay. Freak.
Okay. No, I don't want to.
Well, you have to.
All right. Well, we've been StenchCast.
Okay.
You know, you find us here on the YouTube. I mentioned our other platforms that we aren't very active on, so don't worry about that. But one platform we are technically kind of maybe active on is Discord. That one's free to join forever. You get in there, you can probably talk to us too if you really want. I don't know why you'd want to, but if you want to, you can do that. That's a pretty cool thing you can do. You probably should too, you know, just to like test the water, see what it's like talking to one of the greats. Dumb and Dumber over here. And I'm dumber. You can't take that from me.
Okay.
But
Also, I
yeah.
just did the throwing thing. I threw a dwarf. I walked over to her, and as I did, my character said, "This seems like the best way," before picking her up and throwing her to the ground. And her voice was very high pitched when she screamed, so it looked and sounded like I just picked up a child and Batista bombed them. So that was kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we with Epic StenchCast gaming and such of awesome uber prank poopy style. You know, we do the StenchCast every week, and we also have our main channels, which you most likely are coming from. And if for some reason you're seeing this before our newest video today, that came out today, probably at the same time that a new expert realism video, you should go watch that. But otherwise, go watch other videos anyway, because it's awesome and epic, and you should do it anyway. But yeah, so we're like it's epic style and such. So go do that. Go freaking do that. You know, go watch our videos because they're awesome. And yeah, I mentioned the Discord and our channels and StenchCast, and I think that's about it. You got anything else to add?
I don't.
Cool. All right.
Fellas, have a wonderful night. Goodbye.
Bye bye.